Throughout history, advances in technology have been met with resistance and sometimes fear. A perfect illustration of this would be the Luddites, who are a social movement of British textile artisans who wove fabric by hand in the 19th century. They protested against the changes produced by the Industrial Revolution, which created mechanical weaving machines. The Luddites resisted change because they were afraid of what the change would bring. The word Luddites can be applied in the 21st century to people who resisted change brought on by the explosion of new technology. There is a gap between the use of modern technology and its use in education. There is also a belief that kids are addicted to playing these new devices instead of studying and learning. Adapting the use of these new and interesting devices and technology for the 21st century ways of learning is the way of the future. Our education system is stuck in the past. Like the Luddites, people in education are afraid of change, maybe because they're afraid of what the change will bring. Part of the problem is that the older generation are outsiders to a process that we young people were born into. New school processes will have to be created to adapt and include the use of things like the iPad, the smartphones, Kindles, netbooks, and devices that have yet to be invented. All of these tools are connected to the web, which means the users are connected to each other. Most of these devices take pictures, record sound and video, and can upload that content to the internet. The possibilities these devices create are endless. They are powerful computers, much more powerful than the first computer that made their way into the classrooms a few years ago. We want the teachers to not be like Luddites. We want them to catch up with what is happening and start creating a way to help turn our toys into tools. Students will be empowered and have more control over the teaching process. Teaching styles will have to be adapted. The old model of the teacher is standing in front of the classroom and directing everything will probably change. Old school methods will no longer apply. The youth of today are the people who will bridge the gap. We will have the imagination and the skill to connect our social and intellectual world and apply this technology in a relevant and creative way. The process has already begun, but the sooner we find the connection for using these powerful toys as tools, the better. The change will not come from those who are currently in charge. It will come from us, the youth, the young generation, the insiders. What happened to the Luddites, you may ask? They changed, or they perished. Their lesson will soon become our lesson.